Hello to everyone who is here in person. And also, I just want to say welcome to everyone in person and virtually to the 26th Annual SUNY Online Summit. And I want to thank everybody, whether you're virtual or in person, for joining us. I hope that those of you who are here virtually will introduce yourselves in the chat and strike up some conversations and see where you happen to be sitting today, and what institution you're from, and what brings you to the summit, whether you're from SUNY or outside of SUNY. I just want to build community in the virtual space as well as here in the physical space. So for those of you who are here in person, please introduce yourself to your neighbor. And if you are interested in a particular topic, let any of us know, and we'll try and connect you with someone who you should know. So I want you to also check the program for all of the links, for all of the presentations that will be going on today and tomorrow and on Wednesday. The hashtag is hashtag SUNY Online Summit. And so if you're in social media, any social media that you are happen to be in, or any social networks that you happen to be part of, if you would share what you are hearing and learning about during the course of the next 2.5 days, would really appreciate it. I want to introduce you to the SUNY Online staff. For SUNY Online staff, would you please stand up so everyone can see you here in the room? And anyone who is virtual, if you would raise your hand or indicate somehow that you're SUNY Online staff. I just want to thank all of you for your help and for your support and for being here. And if you are new, I want to introduce you to everyone. And everyone, I want you to be introduced to the amazing SUNY Online staff that's here with us today and also virtually. I want to thank Nancy Motando, who's the person who registered you as you came in. And to be sure to say happy retirement to Nancy. This is her year of her retirement. And so this will be her last SUNY Online Summit with us. So, make a special hello to Nancy, and thank you to Nancy for all of her help with this event, which would not happen without her, without Lisa Raposa, without Michaela, Jennifer, and all the CPD staff. And so I'd like them to also be recognized. If you'd raise your hand, if you're in here, they're probably not in here, but online, if you are, raise your hand. And for those who are out in the hall, most likely, we have a lot of appreciation, love, and thanks for all of their help and for their support. I also want to thank all the volunteers. If you're a volunteer in any capacity, raise your hand for us. If you're going to be doing any of the virtual sessions or any of the introductions or any of the any volunteer things, raise your hand. If you're online, also raise your hand. I just want to thank all of our volunteers. This would not happen without the folks who generously offer to do the various things that we need in order to have the event run well supported and smoothly. Jeremy Case, you will see, is over here with the camera physically, and will be taking shots during the event. And so I just want to say thank you to Jeremy and to Monroe for giving you permission to come and be our official photographer. Thank you, Andrea Gilbert, for that. I have a couple of housekeeping things. The Hilton Honors Open is the network that you should join if you want to get online. And the password here in the physical room is SYRDT20, SYRDT20, if you're looking for the password. And let me know, or let Nancy know if you need that at some point. It's all caps, SYRDT20. So now I want to know who you are, both in the room and physically. If you're an ID, raise your hand. If you're an instructional designer. All right, in the virtual room too. All right, and if you're a director of online learning, raise your hand. Okay, and if you're faculty, raise your hand. Okay, and if you are non-SUNY, anyone non-SUNY in the room? Yay, hi. And who else did I want to ask? Award winners. I know there's one in here. I know either an effective practice or ambassador. If you're online or in the room, say hi. And And yeah, so if there's anyone else who's in the room, please raise your hand. Wasn't one of those things. Yay, yay, yay. Hi, welcome. Tony, I see you. Okay, so welcome everyone. And I just want you to know that there is a wide variety of roles represented: librarians, technologists, student supports people, help desk people. I see you back there, Mike and Lori. Apps people. I saw Addie here a second ago. So yeah, there's a lot of people here who have something to do with online teaching and learning. And so welcome to everyone. I think that's all. I'm excited for the program. I'm excited that you're here. I do want to mention one more housekeeping thing. Sorry. Dinner here for the physical people will be offered here for everyone tonight. We had planned on having it be on your own, but we're actually going to have dinner for everyone. So please stay for dinner. It's going to be delicious, and we'd love to get a chance to network in person here with everyone. So that will be at 6:30 after the last session. There's two speakers in the room right now. Kelly Herman is right there. Raise your hand. She's doing our accessibility workshop later this afternoon. And Megan Kohler is in the back there, who will be doing our first session tomorrow morning. So thank you very much. Oh, one more thing. Be prepared for the unsession. Look in the program for the unsession doc and sign up to, whether you're virtual or whether you're in person. You can take 3 minutes to talk about something cool you're doing during our unsession, which will be tomorrow in the morning, I think. And I think that's it. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Kim. And I just want to thank, everybody for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Alex. Good morning, everyone. I am glad to be here this morning to welcome you all to the summit as well. Before I jump in, I want to just say thank you to Alex for leading the planning for the summit, and all of the people that she mentioned who are also involved. I'm the Interim Senior Associate Provost for Digital Innovation and Academic Services. So I lead a portfolio that includes online education, which I'm very proud of. And I'm here this morning to introduce Ramasubramanian, who is SUNY's Executive Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Provost. He also serves as the president of the SUNY Research Foundation. And as the leader of SUNY's academic enterprise, Ram's main goal is to drive the implementation of innovative programs, initiatives, policies, and infrastructure. These initiatives strongly support SUNY's academic mission and research objectives, and align to the Chancellor's strategy of excellence, accessibility, affordability across all of SUNY's academic programs. Ram has been here. I'm not going to go through his full bio. It is online. But Ram has been here for a little more than a year, and he is a great champion for everything we do across the online community at SUNY. First and foremost, he's a faculty member, and that comes through in all of my discussions with him. He's also very thoughtful and really understands the issues we're dealing with across SUNY. I think we're very lucky to have his leadership at SUNY. And Ram, I thank you for joining us remotely in between the many things that you're doing. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to you to provide some welcoming remarks to the conference attendees.
Thank you, Kim. Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the SUNY Online Summit 2025, the 26th year. It is remarkable that the history is so deep. While I had hoped to be with you in person today, commitments in Albany have kept me away. My apologies. But I'm with you in spirit, and I'm truly excited for the conversations and collaborations that will unfold over the next 2.5 days. First and foremost, I want to start by taking a moment to acknowledge the incredible leadership of Kim Scalzo and Dan Feinberg in advancing the online education, what I call as online education with rigor and impact. It is not just a transactional infrastructure to deliver courses any which way. The depth with which Kim and Dan have approached this, and all of you have approached this, is having a way of measuring impact, the rigor of teaching, and how this compares with in-person teaching, and how you can improve and produce the same level of understanding for students and so on. So I really have calling Kim and Dan's mission, and online education with rigor and impact is what they're pursuing, and I'm very proud to support that. Their dedication and vision have played a pivotal role in strengthening our commitment to digital innovation, academic services, and student success. Once again, thank you, Kim and Dan, for your tireless efforts. I also have the distinct honor of introducing Dr. Julie Hartley Moore, our new Senior Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs in the Office of the Provost. You will be interacting with her deeply in many, many aspects of your work. Dr. Hartley Moore is a transformative leader in higher education. She's deeply committed to academic innovation, equity, and student success. Prior to joining SUNY, she served as Associate Commissioner and Chief Academic Officer for the Utah System of Higher Education, overseeing academic policies and programs across 16 institutions, serving more than 180,000 students. Once again, as Kim said, my roots are in academia and as a faculty member. Likewise, Dr. Hartley Moore is an accomplished educator and researcher, having mentored over 150 students, student theses, and published extensively on topics such as sustainable development, cultural tourism. She is a sought-after speaker in national forums on education innovation and leadership. She holds a PhD in applied anthropology and education from Columbia University, master's in American Studies from Utah State University, and a bachelor's in anthropology and French from Brigham Young University. She is here, she's there, I should say, in person with all of you, and I encourage you to connect with her throughout the summit. I also want to take a moment to recognize and express my deep appreciation for the SUNY online team and our campus partners. Your dedication over the past 30 years has made SUNY a leader in high quality, scalable online education. Just if you look at the impact, 64 campuses offering over 40,000 online course sections annually, more than 950 online degrees and certificate programs, over 260,000 students enrolled in one or more online courses in the 2023-2024 academic year. These are just large numbers, but the large numbers shouldn't fool us from the care for each and every course, each and every student, and what they accomplish and how it's measured, and making sure that the large does not mean that the depth and the care would be lacking. It is just to the contrary. So I'm really proud of the OER, the online education DS efforts in this area. One of the important things is that the online learning plays an important role in expanding access, enhancing flexibility, and driving student success. As our campuses evaluate their academic portfolios, they do on a regular basis, the strategic integration of online programs and courses has become more critical than ever, both in supporting traditional learners and in meeting the needs of the ever-growing adult learner market. Online education is not just a tool for enrollment growth, it's a key driver of institutional mission, academic excellence, and workforce development. With that in mind, I look forward to sharing some important updates on SUNY-wide initiatives that will further strengthen our commitment to online learning, digital innovation, and academic excellence. One is the AI Tutor initiative that Kim is leading. The vision for this is to enhance student success by providing a personal tutor online 24/7. The results of providing one-on-one tutoring has been documented, and recent publications indicate that not only the DFW rates drop dramatically, the depth of understanding of subject matter increases by a factor of 2. This was a Harvard publication, very recent. Further, the notion of 2 sigma effect, where a one-on-one tutoring has led to a leapfrog of 2 grade levels for students, as described by Sal Khan in one of his presentations. AA Tutor is an essential element of improving student outcomes both in person and online modalities. The next is the Empire AI initiative that brings world-class graphics processing unit, GPU clusters for academic research in AI, especially focused on AI for public good, where the research ensures that the data used to train the models are inclusive and transparent. This is a $400 million investment with $275 million coming from the state and 6 institutions in the state of New York participating in Empire AI Consortium, including SUNY. The facility will be constructed soon at the University at Buffalo. The goal is to solve problems that academia simply did not have the resources to attempt to solve. This also includes education, the data that you collect on student responses to your particular course, and be able to fine-tune the course for maximizing impact is possibly a project, a research project. So this is intended for AI-related research, and AI in education is a major topic where research will be pursued for years to come. The early version of this machine, with the generosity of Simons Foundation, has already been implemented, and Governor Kathy Hochul opened the Empire AI for Business in October last year. And already the machine has made, I believe it's 235 or so, rank among top 500 computers. This is just the tip of the iceberg, very small portion of what we are building. So there's more to come on the resources and how researchers are pursuing world-class problems and existential problems in humanity, global population, environmental change, and understanding discrimination, understanding hate. There's many topics that our researchers are working on. There's more to come on that topic. The next I want to give you an update on is the SUNY GPT. All of us know about the ChatGPT, an environment where you can interact with AI to fine-tune the information and the knowledge that we can gain on a specific topic. But what's different about SUNY GPT is it's an environment with if you can imagine ChatGPT with a fence around it, so your interactions are contained within the fence, within the SUNY fence. And the additional fine-tuning of the broad large language model that ChatGPT type of a tool produces is fine-tuned with SUNY data. So there is depth in when you ask questions. It is not generically what you find, what ChatGPT finds broadly in the internet that they have been able to scrape and then give you an answer about SUNY. If you ask about what does SUNY Provost Office consist of, or what does Provost Office do, then it goes to Provost Office webpage and then spits out the information and so on. But what this SUNY GPT will do is for us to upload our course content, our transfer policies, etc., in depth. And that is contained within the SUNY GPT knowledge base. It's the fence, as I said. And when you log into SUNY GPT, you will be very well tuned with SUNY specific information for students, for faculty to learn from each other, upload their information, manage their courses, etc. It's a platform that we are in the process of implementing. And the other policy effort that has come to fruition is the implementation and rollout of the SUNY Gen Ed changes. The AI literacy as a new competency within the information literacy requirement. It's not a new, it's a new called out competency within the information literacy requirement. And the other is the civic discourse as a new requirement for our students to be able to graduate and handle scenarios where there's going to be tremendous differences of opinion between themselves and someone else, and how do you handle scenarios of that sort in a civic and civil manner is an important element. So those are two additions. So AI literacy is a part of the competency there. Finally, I want to reaffirm SUNY's value. In the past month, there has been a lot of news that you have watched and you have heard. Our institutional response and the stance the Chancellor has given talks. I just want to reaffirm SUNY's value on making sure all New Yorkers have access to a high quality education. And SUNY is committed to the 4 pillars that we had, that we have had. That is student success, diversity, equity, inclusion, economic development and upward mobility, and research and scholarship. The work we all do in online education supports all these 4 pillars. And I want to thank everyone in attendance, both in person and virtually, the faculty, staff, campus leaders, online program directors, and various dimensions of this online education team for all your efforts that help maintain our institutional vision, the vision of the Chancellor, and helping our students learn and make education available to all New Yorkers. Again, I want to thank you all for being here, and let's have a great summit. Thank you. Oh, back to Kim.
Great. Thank you very much, Ram. I don't know if you can stand for a few minutes, Ram. We did want to give Julie a minute to say hi to everybody. But I just want to see if anybody in the room has a question or comment or anything you want to share before we ask Julie to come up. Or, sorry, or virtual questions. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can actually see the chat. I'm watching way too many things here at the same time. Yeah. Anybody have any questions? I just want to say thank you to Ram for talking about Empire AI for SUNY GPT, the AI tutor project. I think we're hearing a lot of discussions and questions about how all those things are related and how they're going to come together. And so I appreciate you laying that out in the way that you did for everybody. And I'm sure we'll have more conversations about that over the next couple of days. So I guess I think in the interest of time, and since it doesn't seem like anybody has a burning question, I'm going to invite Julie up. Just for, I think she just wants to say a quick hello. And Ram gave a very nice introduction to her, but I just want to say she's been here, I think this is her 4th week. 3rd still, okay, sorry about that. But I have really enjoyed getting to know Julie and really excited about her being here. In my very first meeting with her, it was obvious that she actually knew what we do in digital innovation and academic services. She knew what NC Sarah was. Very excited about that. So Julie, you want to say a few words?
Don't ask me about Empire AI though, because I have no idea what's going on. I would just like you to think back to the first time you took an online class or designed an online class or taught an online class, and your experiences as a newbie in that medium. And for some of you, that might have been, in K through 12, because you're younger than I am. But I remember as a junior faculty member being asked to teach a course that was supporting students who were doing research internationally and had no support or guidance for how to structure that class. We taught it entirely over email because we were using a very old version of Blackboard and didn't have chat functions or other types of setups. I remember one of my students encountering a difficulty and emailing me at 2 a.m. my time, because it was the middle of the daytime where they were on the other side of the globe. And they were having a problem, and I didn't find out about it for several hours because I was asleep. and not knowing what my roles and responsibilities were. I want to contrast that with what I call the pandemic pivot, where I was also teaching and had to simultaneously lead Utah's statewide efforts to move to remote learning during the pandemic, and how much easier it was at that point in time, even for the faculty who had been very skeptical and hesitant about the quality of online courses, when they suddenly had to think about how to transform their courses with 1 week's notice to a Zoom format or whatever format their institution was using. There was a lot of fear and trepidation. We got through it. And by the end of the pandemic, we had a new problem where faculty didn't want to go back to teaching face-to-face. They liked online and wanted to stay. So I want to just point out all the innovations that we've encountered with online learning, just small examples from my experience, but the technological innovations, but the pedagogical innovations that go into strong online courses and the student supports that we can provide now that we didn't think about previously. And I'm really excited for a conference like this one that will help us continue to make those innovations as we go forward. And I look forward to meeting you and interacting with you over these next few days. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Julie. And thank you again, Ram, so much for being here. I know that you are off to something else, but I think we are going to, before we go into the next session, I've been asked to take just like a 2-minute break so that we can stop the recording and start it over again. So we'll do that now, and we'll resume in another minute or two. Okay, thank you, Ram.